Welcome back to the Two Man Advantage podcast. We're going to move to the Detroit Tigers. Sanchez is screwed. Soria's still in the DL. And Jim Leland still coaches his team, right?
Not so much.
Oh, he doesn't?
He just sits in the first row.
Oh. Anyway, so what's going to happen here?
They're going to make the playoffs, and they're going to. I still think they're going to make the playoffs.
I think so too.
It's what's really everyone's saying for some reason that this series against the Yankees is going to say whether they go to the playoffs or not. It's going to be the 6 games they have against Kansas City coming up. That's going to make. That's going to.
I would agree to a certain extent. I just think the Yankees are chasing them in the wild card along with Seattle and Toronto, and I think this will kind of put the dagger in the Yankees if they put them away, because I think they're already 4.5, 5 games.
Well,
back,
as
so.
you guys know, I don't care about the Yankees.
Oh.
I don't care about Derek Jeter. I don't care that he's from.
But he's going to be
Kalamazoo.
honored tonight.
I don't care. I think that's a bunch of BS.
He's a Hall of Famer.
You walk out to the mound,
Jeets, baby.
shake his hand, tell him to get in his dugout, and shut his mouth. We'll clap for him a couple times, and GTFOH, this guy really I don't understand. Get the out of here.
I got it.
Kyle, you can say that for your rant later. No, but going back to Anibal Sanchez, he was he has a little issue. They decided to shut him down, or potentially going to be shutting him down for the rest of the year. He got a second opinion from Dr. James Andrew, who gave a similar diagnosis. And
Which, by the way, that guy is so rich.
I know.
Carry on.
He's the only one that.
What was his
they go to.
diagnosis? The needle?
It was similar to like a needle poking him like on the outside of the pec. But they said that there was no discussion of surgery, so that's a good sign. So they're still hopeful that he can return.
Well, this is a very uncommon injury for a pitcher, so that's why I think they're taking it.
Shoot him up, get out there.
Right? Yeah. Cortisone. What happened to good old-fashioned cortisone? Shoot him up so he can't feel the right side of his body and see if he can still throw.
It always doesn't help when your own team doctors don't even know where to start treating.
That's what they're paid for, right? I'm just wondering.
But going back to the game last night, they really came out and showed.
They beat the Yankees.
They beat the Yankees, but also
the big bad Yankees that are 5 games back.
had the ground ball working.
Rick Porcello had another awesome outing.
And they played really great defense behind him, which is rare to see these days from the Tigers.
For once.
RBIs.
Yeah. But now, so now you win, and Minnesota did their best Joe Nathan impression, and they blew a 1-run lead in the 9th last night. So they couldn't help the Tigers there, so they still sit a game and a half back. So hopefully tonight they can pull out another win, and hopefully Minnesota can help us out.
And just a thought on Rick Porcello, he got the most wins he's ever gotten in a career. So, in terms of the maturation process, he got his 15th win last night. So it's nice to see a homegrown product for the Tigers go through the maturation process, and the Tigers reap the benefits of that as well.
Yeah, he's the second best pitcher on this team right now, behind Price, and Price has 1 win as a Tiger, but that's not his fault. Who goes to who? Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah. Didn't he leave after 5 1/3 last time he was out there? That's good, right? No, that's not. Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
You look good today, buddy. I like your shirt.
Thank you. It's hot.
It was
pit stains.
It was very
so. Price, Porcello. I guess Scherzer's number 3, but we all know the story of Justin Verlander this year. He's got.
He made the All-Star team, didn't he?
I don't think so.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Did any?
Oh.
No. Porcello should have, but didn't.
Ah.
Oh, okay. There it is.
So Porcello is like the new Verlander, but throws 92.
And doesn't have a Cy Young or Kate Upton or
2 no-hitters.
Any other
that makes it more depressing that Verlander is, because you go back and you turn and you look at it and go, God, he was really good. He threw 100 miles an hour and had 2 no-hitters and won 2 big Game 5s against Oakland in Oakland.
Pitched
and it's
into
like
the 8th all the time.
But
you're poop.
Yeah, but you got to understand that he's not going to be pitching 100 miles an hour for years.
Ask
and years
him
and
Ryan.
years.
I was just gonna ask what I was gonna say.
I was gonna say he does
probably on
lose. He
steroids.
does lose his velocity as he gets older. It just happens with all of them. But that's where you have to be more of a pitcher than a hurler. You just can't fire it in there every pitch, or you'll get destroyed.
He was the everyone called him the horse before, right?
Yeah.
So maybe all of
Yeah.
those extra
It's
innings
finally
and
catching up with
are
him now.
catching up with him, and
Absolutely.
he's like, oh yeah, I found a new way to grip the ball.
Yeah.
What?
But
Yeah,
like
if really that's what you're relying on.
How do you find a new way to grip the ball when
We've talked about it like 7 straight years he pitched over 200 plus innings. So,
Right. But like you say, you take away Sanchez, yes, it hurts because it really hurts. The bullpen. Which one of those great pitchers you send to the bullpen that hurts? Hopefully he can return in time for the playoffs. Highly unlikely, but now you still have the best starting 4 in all of baseball, with Price, Scherzer, Verlander, and Porcello. So
I just think we need to move.
Just get to the playoffs and let the starters hopefully.
I just think Porcello should be moved up in that order. I no longer think because when you say Verlander, you're talking about what he's done, and I know that's how you get paid in baseball. It's for what you've done, not what you're going to do or what you're doing right now. Porcello right now is the second best pitcher on this staff.
Right.
Look at his performances. He has 3 full game shutouts this year. No one else on the team has. I don't know what Price because I wasn't paying attention to
I
him
heard he
earlier
threw
in the
in
season.
1-hitter complete game and lost. But
Yeah, 0 ERA and you'll lose.
No,
that's this team though, and like I was telling Kevin earlier, I think they're gonna limp into the playoffs and they're gonna die early.
I bet the Tigers wish they still had Drew Smiley on this team.
No, I think they're smart. But like I'm going to pose a question to you, Kyle. If Justin Verlander, like he has his struggles now, but do you think that he owes anyone like anything after all the years that he has been like the ace of the squad? Does he deserve like an off year where he can just
Absolutely. He's an athlete. He's a person. He's not a machine,
Right.
which we all thought he was for so many years.
he's getting paid $22 million.
I was just
You
about to
are a
bring up,
machine.
He owes if we got paid $22 million to do this podcast, we would do it, and every once in a while we'd have an off day.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
If I was getting $22 million to do this podcast,
It's not his fault he gets paid $22 million. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not defending him, and I'm not defending his performances.
He's getting paid now because of past performance.
Because of what he's done, right? So you have to judge going into these playoffs, and if you want to win in the playoffs, you cannot put Verlander out there for game 2. That's what I would assume. He would be out there for game 2 or even 3 with Scherzer ahead of him. I don't know
I think
why.
it depends if they're on the road or if they're at home.
I don't know why Porcello wouldn't pitch over him with what's going on right now. Right now is what matters, and right now is how they're going to get to the playoffs. And if they do survive in the playoffs to get to the second round or the World Series.
We're going to wrap this up, but I want to say one thing on the way out. He will get game 2, as you said, or he will pitch over Porcello because we just talked about it, $22 million. That's why he'll pitch over Porcello.
And that's why they won't win.
Anyway, stick with us. We'll be right back with some information on the Detroit Lions luncheon today. They had a lot of good things to say, and hopefully everybody's ready for their Detroit Lions and lathering up their lives.